Today we're going to review how to properly insert the cassette into your Liberty cycler. These instructions are intended for use with all Liberty cyclers. We encourage you to follow the steps outlined in this video during your cycler training and whenever you're setting up your cycler for a treatment. The first step to setting up your cycler is to gather your supplies, including the Liberty cycler set. The Liberty cycler set contains both the cassette and the tubing you'll need for your dialysis treatment. Next, check the expiration date on the package label. Make sure all the connection tubing is secured in the tubing organizer. Then, tear the package open at the perforated end and remove the cycler set, handling it carefully to prevent any damage to the cassette or tubing. After you've removed the cycler set from its package, inspect it to make sure it's free from kinks or damage. Look for scratches, loose tubing, or small holes in the cassette film. Be careful when touching the cassette film to prevent damage. If you do find any damage, put the damaged cycler set aside and use a new undamaged set. Call customer service at 800-323-5188 to report the damage and arrange a pickup of the damaged cycler set. When prompted on the screen, firmly push the door latch to open the cassette door. Now you're ready to insert the cassette. Hold the cassette with the plastic domes facing outward toward you. As you can see, the cassette has a cutout on both sides at the top that allows you to slide it easily up and under the guide pins. Now, slide the cassette up and under the metal guide pins at the top on both sides of the pump module. Next, place your fingers on the cassette as shown and push the cassette into place. Make sure the cassette has snapped into place into the cassette catch at the bottom of the pump module. Next, look to make sure the cassette has been inserted properly. The cassette should be beneath both guide pins, snapped in place, and resting on the cassette catch. If using a cycler cart, make sure the tubing is hanging down freely behind the handle. If using a nightstand, make sure the tubing is hanging down freely over the front of the nightstand. Next, check to see if your cycler has an alignment bar. The cycler operates the same with or without an alignment bar. The same cassette insertion technique should be used for cyclers with or without an alignment bar. If your cycler has an alignment bar, make sure the tubing is hanging down in front of the cycler and over the alignment bar as shown. If your cycler doesn't have an alignment bar, make sure the tubing is hanging down freely in front of the cycler as shown. Now, as instructed on the screen, insert the patient connector into the Stay Safe organizer with the blue clip. Finally, gently close the cassette door. Do not force the door closed, as this may cause damage to the cassette. If you're having trouble closing the door, simply open the cassette door and look to make sure you've inserted the cassette correctly. Once you close the door, the cycler will pressurize the cassette door and automatically display the next step of the setup process on your Liberty cycler screen. Continue to follow the on-screen instructions to complete the setup process. If you have additional questions on how to properly insert the cassette or use your Liberty cycler, contact your peritoneal dialysis nurse or dialysis clinic.